What a run he's been on, starting at Winthrop, on to College of Charleston for 3 years, back-to-back NCAA tournaments. A 3-year player at Wisconsin before he transferred to Louisville this year. Edwards spins into the lane and knocks it down.
Edwards is one of those guys that he can give him the ball, like he can go get you a bucket.
You know, we talk so much, and we will talk so much about Hepburn, but let's not forget Georgia Tech's got one of the better point guards in his conference as well, as that one drops in for Donga. Edwards for 3, and he'll knock it in. He has all 5. Shot clock is at 6. That did not catch rim. And the 3 is knocked in by Nathan George. Shot clock at 5. Once again, it's Nathan George working on Hepburn. Little contact there, and the tip goes in. Very active as Suarez. He had 42 dunks a year ago. And this year, that is number 50, the second most in all of college basketball. And then in the lane, answering is Terry. Louisville shoots a ton of threes. I mean a ton. They rank among the top 5 and most taken per game in the country. You don't see a lot of that. Good head fake. And good defensive recovery. Shot clock at 2, and raining in the 3 is number 2. Jadian McCollum.
To come up with good shots and get them to go late in the shot clock.
Boy, what about the start to this one? And bang at the other end for Hadley.
Hadley's one of those guys again.
He's a Swiss Army knife type forward. And into the lane, and able to drop it home is George.
The smaller Hepburn.
Dude, I need a breath. These guys are lighting it up. Edwards again. Oh,
wow.
My God, this is incredible.
And the phrase that he uses, he gets lost in the game.
Yeah.
He gets everyone going. And you see on point,
how about
knocks that 3 down. He does an amazing job of balancing out.
Here's into the lane, Hadley. And this is a red-hot man right here, and he stays hot. Here's Hepburn in the corner. Thought about taking it to the rack. He'll pull up for 3 after the screen and knock it down. And they're not particularly good at it. They only shoot 32% on the year, but Pat Kelsey doesn't mind. And there's a finish at the basket by Dongo. Georgia Tech primarily has been playing the last 4 games 7, 7, 6, and 7 players because they're so thin due to all of the injuries. Hepburn to the rack.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, my, is he something.
Them so good is that they understand that they can take advantage in a little bit of blender action by Hepburn.
Hepburn thought about it. They're going to get to the taller to kick it back out to Hepburn. This is insane.
And this is what makes Louisville so good because they score in bunches.
Right hand fadeaway, and finally, just his second in the last 15 attempts.
Good shot by Terry. Realized he could get to a point. As you see that last one-time foul.
Tech needs a late run here. And this is something that Damon Stoudemire talked about with us before the game today. The final 4 minutes of the half. And the rebound ripped out of there by Dongo. He's been very active on the glass, both ends of the floor. And he'll get this one into the lane, and all of a sudden that lead is down to 6. Here's Edwards. He has 13 in the game. Lost the handle, and here comes McCollum for the Yellow Jackets the other way. And then he loses it. Scramble for the ball, and look at this. A breakout by Hadley.
They want their team to have their personality. Watch Louisville and how they fight out for this, and you see the guys hitting the ground, realizing it gives you an easy one. Like to see the mismatch right there between Duncan Powell having a smaller Rain Smith on him.
They come down to double team, and a hack on the arm. How about that move by Terry?
How about Terry? You saw him come off that little stagger, goes right to the basket for the finish.
And in an offensive, no, they called a block down there on. Smith has not made a 3 until now.
But here's the thing, is this how Louisville beats you?
Shot and game clocks. Hepburn in a lane, drains the 8-footer. 27 in favor of Louisville, winners of 10 consecutive games coming into this one. And that's a really nice play to start the second half. Offensive rebound, they love doing that. Getting an offensive rebound and kicking it back out for a potential three. Alley-oop. Wasn't a dunk, but able to put it in.
But the fact that last game in a loss against Notre Dame had 20 points.
Open three ball, bang on the other end by Hadley. They leave him in there with 3 fouls. Three ball will go down, and once again, that's Terry who's having it.
Fake like he was going to penetrate, got that step back to go. Not an easy shot to go down.
He's got 12, and there's a tip ball by Terry. Dongo leads the other way to Powell, who will lay it in.
And Georgia Tech with 2 consecutive stops, being able to get some stops. And again,
nearly another Cardinals turnover. But to the basket with a left hand.
A nice move by Edwards. Realized that he had a big on him.
McCollum is checked back. First time we've seen him in the second half. Step back three, and it'll go in.
And the rim being really firm. And again,
bodies falling all over underneath the basket. Shot clock at 3. Powell to the basket, had it rejected. And Dongo again and lays it in. Even closer, trailing by 8. And McConnell, he passed up the 3, goes to the rack. And it is good as Terry hits his second 3 of the game. And Rain Smith comes back in. And there's miscommunication there. And back the other way, it's Powell. Don't look now. He'll go to the free throw line, and it's a 3-point game.
But here's what we've seen is that Georgia Tech has been in a turn up the intensity with their defense. Watch this last play, and you see Powell.
Actually, or take the lead. And it's a tie game. The last time Georgia Tech had a lead, it was 16-15. And they lead now.
Let me get downhill. Yellow Jackets are finally up by 1.
And at the other end, Louisville answers on the drive by Hadley. And at the other end, a missed layup right there. And able to hustle after missing the layup, it'll lead to a slam.
Whoa, what a play. That play was started by the chase down by Nathan George. Upset the number 121 team in the country. You got to win the 50-50 balls, and this is what you've seen Georgia Tech do in this second half. Hey, we've got a veteran group. We've got a team that's in a hostile environment. Our back is against the wall. How do we respond? That's the guy for Georgia Tech that you've been waiting all night.
Louisville just 6 of 16 from the field here in the second half. They missed some great looks from 3. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech is 11 out of 19.
Man.
There's another one of those 50-50 balls, and Powell able to track it down. Shot clock at 5. I mean, everything going in right now.
But Nathan George has been wearing Louisville out with that mid-range jump shot.
Louisville led this game by 11 at halftime. Edwards in the paint, and that ends a 21-3 run. Gonna have to force it up there. That's a good defensive effort right there by the Cardinals, and here comes Louisville the other way, and a lay-in is good by Traore.
And Tom, I told you, you see Georgia Tech call a timeout.
Of the college basketball from this group collectively. In the corner.
Nice.
Under 5 to go, 5-point lead for the home team.
Bang. Man.
They can't stop us. Edwards a step back 3, and it's not there. Offensive rebound is lost, and leading the other way, McCollum on the alley-oop. Hepburn for 3. Offensive rebound to Scott. And now Edwards, little floater, not going to go. Stick back is good by Hadley.
6, under 3 minutes. The clock is your friend. You don't have to play hesitant, but you want to continue to have good shots. And you know what? That's a good way to get a shot if you're McCollum. Get down, absorb the contact, and finish at the cup.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be a good matchup as Smith is having a hard time defending him. And here's the guy that's had a nice second half outside of the free throw line, and that's Traore. This would be their 4th win. Missed two, and that's going to do it. So Georgia Tech stops Louisville's 10-game win streak.